is Team Tuttu, and we're here in Tuttu in Greenland. Today we're going to the end of Long Lake near Russell Glacier, where we're going to meet the Eric Post Group and speak with David Watts.
And David Watts is from the Penn State University in the United States, and he studies plants in the Arctic area. And we would like to find out if the global warming has any impact on the plant species and animals in this Arctic ecosystem. Hey, I'm standing with David Watts from the Penn State University. He's studying plant species in the Arctic area. Does the global warming have any impact on the plant species in this area?
I guess most of what you see right behind us are deciduous shrubs. There's a dwarf birch and a willow, and these species are some of the beneficiaries of warming. So they, like deciduous shrubs, do well under warmer temperatures, and mosses and lichens don't do as well.
And what is the environmental impact of the changes in the plant species?
Has then impacts on the animals, because some plants are better foods than others. So the caribou in particular depend on resources. The food that they eat is pretty immediately converted into milk for their young. And so in a warm spring, many plants respond to those warmer temperatures by developing leaves earlier on. And then leaves are at their most nutritious to things like caribou when they're at their youngest. And so by the time the caribou have their calves, which happens at about the same time every year, regardless of whether or not it's a warm spring, the leaves aren't necessarily the same age. So in a cold spring, the leaves will basically be pretty young and nutritious. But as springs get warmer, which is expected to happen over the next several decades, leaves will come out earlier, and they will start being chemically defended, and they will just provide less nutrition.
So David, what are some of the changes you've seen in kind of the biodiversity of this ecosystem in this area over the past few years?
So I've first been doing work since 2011, and at that point I set up some warming chambers like the ones you see behind us, which the inside is warmed about 1 to 3 degrees Celsius above ambient temperatures, and particularly some of the plants in those warmed plots have grown quite a bit. I over the course of 3 years have seen particularly the deciduous shrubs like the willow and the birch get noticeably taller.
And could we possibly see trees here in the future?
Absolutely. Over the next several decades, let's say by the end of this century, there will definitely be populations of trees. The environment as it is right now is already suitable for them to be here, and to some degree they've just been limited by not having naturally dispersed here.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
From our David Watts meeting today, we learned that due to global warming and rising temperatures, this ecosystem could see an increase in woody shrubs and a decrease in grass. And this could cause disruptions in caribou populations, and we learned that maybe in 100 years we could possibly see trees growing in Greenland.